Hello, hello. I believe we are live. Welcome, everyone. Come on in. This is the 2021 Bloodborne tournament. Today we have Induratize versus ImpactfulForest. I'm joined by Mama Souls. I'm BLT. For commentary, it looks like the runners are ready to go.
Howdy, y'all.
We have the countdown going. Nodders, we are ready. Hope everyone's doing well in chat. Hello.
All right. I think we're going to be ready to get started.
Two of the better names that we've had in this tournament, I will say.
You want to do the countdown, BLT?
Oh, okay, yes. We're going to go from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. There we go. My bad on that. It's rambling on a bit. Welcome, everyone. This is the first, I believe, the first match of the lower bracket. Loser of this will be going home. So, a lot of the line. Should be fun. Perfect synchronized getting off the table. You love to see it. And here we go. Now, Bloodborne is one of these games, one of these Souls games where you can die within the first 30 seconds. I don't want to jinx it. I don't know why I said it.
Why would you even go
I
there?
don't know why I do this.
Oh my god!
It's an interesting, fun part of the run. It's right out of the gate. It's intense. But these guys will be fine. You know, deal with this wolf all the time. No worries. See, Indu's gonna grab. They're both grabbing the peach files. I love that pickup. It's a nice little 4-pack in the back pocket early on. Yeah, I'm gonna deal with ladder, bro, and go up to the dream.
It looks like we're both gonna make it to the dream. That's good.
Yeah, see, it's
no commentator curse yet.
It's fine. give it time.
Like BLT said, we are in the lower bracket. Meaning that whoever does lose this race goes home. Whoever wins will be facing Lynn in the next round.
Yeah, already at the dream. I'm gonna pick up weapons. We'll see if Forest here gets the cane. Forest is getting the cane. Let's see. I didn't catch if Indu did.
I don't think so.
The cane is used for a skip later on. It's just sort of a safer strat. You can also do it with the cleaver, though. So a lot of runners are doing it with the cleaver nowadays. And off to the races. The first real point of interest will be a sewer skip. Everyone's favorite. Pick up these mollies. Very good against Gascoigne. This is pretty, not perfectly synchronized, but pretty good. The sewer skip.
Synchronized.
Yeah, no, it is now.
It's very nice. What sort of hardware do we have here? They're both on PS4, I believe.
Yeah, if I had to guess, I'm not sure if Indu has a PS4 Pro, but I'm not sure if Forest does either. They're both on PS4s. No PS5s are on the screen right now. That's what we do know. PS4 Pro at best, old PS4, both SSDs surely. Pretty good for RTA. They should stay pretty similar RTA.
That's good.
I believe Forrest has an SSD. I would hope so. For his sanity. But I cannot confirm.
Alright. Looks like Indu got sewer skip, Forrest having to redo his jump.
Yeah. That was nice. You can get the little bounce off the pillar. The sewer skip it's one of those skips that doesn't look very hard. It's another one of those like sort of delicate, you could break boxes just a little bit left or right. Yeah. You might have to quit out and do it again.
A lot of things
not
in
too
this
bad.
game, just like any speedrunning game, like, it looks easy. It's not. It takes a lot of practice. Everything is precise. So we see Indu going into Father Gascoigne. This is the first boss of the run, and an extremely heavy reset point in regular runs, and not fun in a no reset situation.
Yeah, Gascoigne's one of those fights. He can just give you a free fight sometimes and absolutely cooperate, and then sometimes he's just gonna. The AI will do the perfect counter to every move you do, and he'll spam his gun.
Every once in a while, he's a good boy, but it is not very often.
Yeah, Indu got control of the fight though, which is nice. That's why we kind of bring him up here, as well as it's closer to the fog gate and the stairs mess up his AI, but you keep him contained in here. Beast form if you get around it. Double Gascoigne action here. Very nice, Indu.
Good job, Indu.
Dance around. Forest doing the same. See right there, that transform. You want to get a backstab if you can.
Ooh.
Ooh, nice dodge.
Oh my god. Alright, get a little bit of HP back. Not much. Come on, Forrest.
You should go to transform. There we go. Nice dash. I'm not sure if he has the angle here.
Ooh, that was
very
beautiful.
Nice. Perfect.
That was
2 Gascoignes
beautiful.
down.
Good
Love
job.
it. Very nice. Oof, that is now the race or the run starts.
Yeah, Forrest had some really pretty backstabs in that fight.
Yeah. Gascoigne is just like at range in second phase and third phase. At range is where he's at his best. He can jump. The long handle axe. It's a nightmare. It just snowballs in either direction very quickly, either in your favor or his sometimes. So that's great. Gascoigne down. We're moving on. Indy got the Hunter set. We'll see if Forrest chooses to. Hunter set's really good for just Beasthood. It's the late game set anyway. You kind of just can pick it up early for the cost of a few seconds in races and stuff.
So you see now, Forrest is, quote, a little bit behind. But we have to remember that he had an extra quit out for sewer skip, and that's gonna be a part of it.
Yeah.
So, and he did not get the Hunter set.
Okay, no Hunter set. Yeah, the RTA will make races look a little bit off, but at the end of the day, it's all about in-game time, IGT. So we never really know until the end. Indu got nice dogs here. Sometimes they could block you in the door. You can do a quit out and reset them. Ooh, the double should be fine.
There's such things as nice dogs in this game.
Yeah. One out of 100, they're decently nice and they still bite you anyway. That I didn't catch. That looked like a dog quit out, surely.
So it is
for Forrest. Yeah.
Indu is making his way into Old Yarnum, where he'll be performing the Old Yarnum skip and fighting a boss called Bloodstarved Beast.
Yeah. Indu getting the cocktails. Cocktails are a nice cheese strat, if you want to call it. It sort of baits the boss in the corner. It makes it a super consistent fight, generally speaking. Not everybody does that, but because you can just YOLO it and save the time of picking up the cocktails and dealing with it, but in a race setting, I think everyone's been basically getting cocktails.
Indu getting ready to quit out just in case he would miss the skip, but he did not. That was really nicely done.
Yeah, very nice. There's about 47 versions of Old Yarnum skip, but generally people do one or two, either the runoff or the jump. Indu just did the jump. We'll see which one Forrest does.
You see Indu picking up what's called Beast Blood pellets. These are like the bread and butter of Bloodborne speedruns. You use them on almost every boss from here on out. What they are is they're a buff to your damage. And as you build the meter that you get from them, you do more and more of a percent higher damage, but you also take more damage. So definitely a trade-off there.
Yeah, and they last 60 seconds, which can come into play in some fights. The clock is ticking the second your pellet is eaten.
They last for 60 seconds, as do the papers that we use, the fire and bolt paper. So you see Indu is going to be making his way into the fight. Forest get a little memed, but we're good. We're fine. We made it.
The wolves can poke you around. It's a rare. Usually they're not an issue around here, but they can obviously be. They like to poke
It's
their
all
nose
good.
in.
It wasn't even close.
Not even. Plenty of aisles too, which is good.
Meanwhile, Indu is fighting Bloodstarved Beast. This is a pretty scripted fight. As long as she behaves.
Yeah, it's a really cool strat. It's essentially six backstabs and 2 R1s. It's really the whole fight. You're setting her up to transform, and the whole fight's built around those not transform, but I guess she is transforming, but she'll kind of give up her back for free.
God bless, he threw that pungent cocktail from downtown. It hit the right spot. I'll give him that, but my goodness. That was a 3-pointer.
There you go, BSB being very nice. Sometimes she could jump around and just make you earn everything, but she's kind of being nice today.
That was a very nice fight. Good job to both runners.
Yeah, it looks like Forrest got the lamp. The couple extra warps here, you lose a few seconds. If I had to guess, I want to say 10 to 15, maybe.
You lose more RTA than you do anything else here, so he's not really losing much.
Yeah. A lot of 10 seconds is not, the 10-second swings happen all over the game, so. And that's a nice safety for, hey, old Yarnum skip, if you fail it, if something happens in this BSB fight or something, you have that safety, so. Some runners do get it. Indu's in the dream. He dropped down to the old workshop. You're picking up a cord here. This place is awesome for anyone that in their first time playing it. If you found this, you're a legend. Because I did not. And he picked up the doll set. And the doll set sells for a ton of echoes, which is how we can rush damage so early game. 35k, I believe.
It is 35k. Yeah,
it's just a lot. That is huge this early on in the game.
And those are like, well, at least in a run. In a race, it's a little different. In the run, that's like almost the only echoes that you have at that point. Because after Bloodstarved Beast, we throw away our echoes.
Yeah.
Which you can see that now. Indu did not get the lamp and threw away his echoes, but Forrest did not. So your doll set echoes are almost all that you have. That and the Amelia echoes.
Yeah, pretty much. The point, if you keep Gascoigne and BSB echoes, you can get 12 vit along with normal stats and keep the normal stats going, and just add on 12 vit on top of that, 2 extra vit, which is not a bad play in races at all. But Indu choosing to go 10 vit. Indu's a BL4 guy too. He's comfortable with the 10 vit.
Indu is making his way up to a boss called Amelia, where you'll see the limb break strat in action.
Yeah, we'll see this a bunch in this run. The big beast especially. Limb break. Rinse and repeat. It's very straightforward when executed. You're only ever a second or two or one miss away from these bosses waking up, though, and starting to fight back. You could see she was just about to hit him, and then you get the limb break. It's just perfect timing, stamina, combos. Everything in these fights is orchestrated. It's really cool. But they can wake up. One mistake, and they can always wake up. So, very nice Indu. That is Amelia down. One of the more iconic bosses of Bloodborne, in my opinion. She's great. And we just kind of run her over, sadly.
So something that we didn't really talk about, and it happens so fast, You're going to see Induratize quit out here. When he loads back in, he's going to be next to the ladder that he was near a while ago. So what that's called is a ladder warp, where we do an action as we're getting on the ladder, and the game thinks that you're on the ladder this entire time and you're out there killing bosses and doing whatever makes you happy. And then you quit out and it puts you back at the ladder. So this saves us having to run from the boss arena and down all these steps. You're by the gate automatically.
Yeah, very very cool strat. Sadly, that is the only time in this run, anyway, in this category, that it's used. There's just really nowhere else to implement it to make it worth it. But yeah, anyone could do that. Just any action while accessing the ladder. Nothing too special, but very cool. I believe that was found by a non-runner as well. I don't want to try to guess a name because I'll.
You see, Induratize is picking up the first gem of the run. We'll be slotting this in here before we go to the next boss. And also leveling up our weapon and our character.
Yep, Indy's gonna be dropping down to the woods, picking up some shards over here, and you have one enemy to dodge here. It's 99.9999 consistent, and yeah, he's gonna go for upgrades and spend all of the echoes and sell the doll set and all the good stuff in the dream. I say 99.99999 because once a year the beast will just maybe block you by that tree and kill you. But
it happens.
It's a nice rare exclusive meme.
So you see Induratize is selling the doll set here. Like I said, that's what will pay for his leveling up. He's also purchasing the bloodstone shards. He will put his weapon to +4, slot the 2 gems, go level up to 25 strength, 19 skill, and head to the next area.
Everything's going pretty smoothly here. The beast has left him alone at the lamp. We're off to Parl. They're doing early Parl now. They used to do Parl a lot later, but you had to do Yargul skip twice, and everyone, that's just doing it once sucks enough. And also just new strats and optimizations. And right now, with the levels that they have, Parl is 6 hits, 8 hits. I mean, it's nothing. It's the perfect time to do it, and you get the bolt paper after for when you're heading into the woods.
So you see Induratize dying there. This is the one scripted death in the entire run. This is how you get to your Hargul early. You take the death to the bagman there, and he puts you in the whatever jail. I'm not even going to try. And you go and you fight Parl. And the reason that you would fight Parl early, like BLT said, is, you don't want to do W Hargul skip, etc. But Parl also unlocks bolt paper, which is nice to have as soon as possible. So that's also a giant plus.
Yeah, Indy picking up the extra little vial pickup there, which is nice. Bag Dude he can give you some really slow attacks or some fast attacks. I think both of them got pretty standard normal attacks. You're looking for 1274 on the opener. Indy gets it. Now strat can be executed perfectly. There you go. If you don't quite get the 1274, it's not a big deal. Parl will dash. It's 100% consistent. He just dashes, and you have to just go hit him once. But
like Hans said, na 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 Bagman.
Bagman, yeah, yeah, and It's like there's the magic. He does that magic move sometimes, obviously slow. He'll do a grab attack that's slower than anything in the game, or he'll just instantly jump on you and kill you. So obviously, when we're trying to go fast, you're looking for the better, faster attacks. He can kind of swing your run, a few seconds. From those little hidden time saves or costs in the run. I did not catch the opener. We'll assume Forrest got it. Little stamina. Stamina is pretty tight at the end of this fight.
So you see him going for a leg that he has not broken yet. That way, should Pearl happen to get away from him otherwise, he's going for a leg he hasn't broken yet so that he can ensure he keeps Pearl down.
Yeah.
That was definitely the right move.
Yeah, Pearl is at this, especially with these levels, just a couple hits and a pellet. Forget about it. 2 hits, you're breaking every limb. You could just do a circle around him.
If Pearl gets away from you, he's very hard to hit. His legs are like the size of pencils. So, if he is not on the ground, he's very, very hard to hit. You see Indu, the bird's telling him no to this little skip here, but he got through. We're good.
Yeah, everyone sleeps on the crows. They can be a little. They just have to remind you every now and again that they exist and poke you. Yes, broken limbs do take more damage. Limb soreness, I believe, is the most used term for it. That definitely comes into play in a lot of these strats as well. When you kind of break a limb and then you'll continue to do hits on them. Similar to, I guess, if how a backstab or a parried state is extra damage. So I guess you could apply that to a broken limb. It's receiving that extra damage. Kind of a simpler way to put it. All right, we missed the wood skip. It was so fast and awesome. We missed both of them.
Is that what they call that?
Yeah, I guess. Wood rock jump crow skip.
I didn't even think it had a name because it's just like there.
Well, now we have a shadows freeze, which I feel like Indu will probably fight shadows if I had to guess. I'm not sure. Forrest is probably going to freeze them, so we'll see both, which is pretty cool. Now that there's a shadow freeze, that's kind of more of like shadow skip or tree skip or something. Well, it's not even skipping a tree. I don't know.
Indu is definitely fighting shadows.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get to see both of them.
2 shadow fights?
No, 1 shadows fight and 1 skip.
Oh, yeah.
Which is kind of nice, because then you can see them in real time, against each other.
Here we go. This is a great fight. This used to be the norm.
Back in my day.
Yeah, back in my day. 3 AI, I don't really need to say much more. You have pellet and meter going. You're basically 2-shot at all times. One of the more satisfying fights in the game when you have a good fight. It's such a nice momentum moving on in your run.
Back in my day, we had to fight the shadows going uphill both ways.
You had to run here and die and reset back in our day. That was how the run went. No, I could say as a cheeser, I've moved on to the cheesing in my runs, and yeah, it's.
You see Forrest missing the jump, quitting out, and he'll be able to try again. Good job to Indu. He's past shadows and moving on to Rom.
Every shadow win is a great fight. You take that W. Yeah, this jump is a little tricky. It can kind of, you have I don't know, just a couple pixels under the tree where you can jump to the right. Very easy to miss.
This jump is so frustrating.
And he gets it.
Oh, nice, yeah. Indu. Nice skip there.
Yeah, and you're jumping off of a moving enemy, which is pretty cool.
Pretty poggers.
That's pretty hard to pull off consistently for sure.
First try skip. Good job, Forrest. So now you're going to get to see Indu is fighting Rom. and Forest will be fighting a non-moving shadows. So something worth pointing out, like with the ROM fight, and then a lot of different Souls fights that have ads, a lot of times the true boss is the little enemies, and that is very, very true for ROM. Those little spiders can be really aggressive and they do a lot of damage.
Okay. Sorry, my house is a little loud. I have to mute for a second. Here we go. This is Frozen Shadows, and yeah, very nice phase 1 for Indu. ROM is just going to be one hit.
Done. Good job, Indu. Good job, Forest.
Yeah,
Indu
it
getting
is.
the insta-warp.
And the insta-warp, yeah, the insta-warp is nice. And 100% consistent when the fight goes as planned, pretty much. But yeah, the Shadows freeze is very nice. It removes a huge reset point, and yeah, you just this used to be the Holy Trinity, Shadows, ROM, and Reborn was the entire gate to getting a run going. So, but just because we freeze Shadows doesn't mean we still have ROM and we still have Reborn, everyone's favorite.
Mm-hmm. I'll wait to talk about one Reborn until both runners are
I'm not
passed.
saying I am not saying a word, Mama. Not a chance.
Yep, I will definitely wait.
We could talk about the bug skip here. We get a good look at it. If you fail it on the first try, you can just quit out, and then the bug just gives you a couple attempts here. You can wake them up if you kind of land on them a little bit, but that's fine.
The Forest will be fighting ROM. Induratize is running to pick up Upper Cathedral Key that he will need later in the run to go and do a couple of bosses.
Yeah, with ROM, this is the whole entire fight. These guys do a ton of damage, like obscene amounts of damage, especially when you have the meter and everything and counter hits. You want to clear them out as fast as possible, like we talked about before. The clock is ticking. You've buffed, And you also have to pay mind to his health. He'll probably top off here. Yep, that activates the other gem. You want that gem active for the damage buff. You're going to get the stagger. Very nice. And you can usually get off like 4 or 5 hits here, sometimes 5. 4 hits, and that's how you get ROM to... It should be about 3 hits, really. This is where that clock comes in. Keep the meter going. Perfect. Very nice, Forest.
Induratize executing your Hargle skip, and now he'll be running, doing some pickups of chunks, paper, a gem, etc., and he will be headed to one Reborn.
Yeah, Yargle skip is a tricky one. There's all kinds of fail safes, and you could do quit outs, and you could kill the guys if you want to do it even safer. There's a more consistent one with tricking your weapon and lining up, and you could write a book on this skip. Really, we'll see. We'll see how it goes for Forest here. We'll probably get a better look at it. Indu's going to pick up a gem and head towards One Reborn. Deal with these blood bullets and this wolf first. The foot wolf.
This is actually the area that we were earlier when we killed Parl. And it changes after killing ROM. To where like the enemies change, there's different enemies, different placements, etc. So this is the same area as earlier. Indu making his way to One Reborn.
Here we go. Amazing, fun fight. No, nothing ever happens here. It's totally fine.
This boss is another like stagger fest. The big difference here is that a lot of things can go wrong. You've got maidens throwing fireballs at you, the boss corpse dropping on you, Even when it's staggered,
Ooh.
there's just
Okay, gets the heal.
yeah, a lot of things can happen, but Indu still has control.
I mean, you could see right there, one fireball tied in with a bone drop, and Indu had 1 HP. It's just, it goes south so quickly. Indu did a nice job there. We missed
not
Yargul skip,
even
but
close.
yeah. Forest getting Yargul skip, which is just a little clip through a fence, but it's almost nice to not talk about it. That means everything went well.
I believed in him the entire time.
Nothing to talk about because both of these guys handled the Yargul skip done. One Reborn done for Indu.
So Induratize will be making his way into the Nightmare of Menses, picking up a couple of more upgrade materials, and then heading back to the Dream for the next Dream segment, leveling up both his character and his weapon, reslotting more gems.
Yeah, you're dealing with these coffins. It's generally pretty consistent.
You see, Forrest picked up the Yahargul set since he skipped the Hunter set earlier. Indu skipped it because he's already got the Hunter set on. Let's see how One Reborn goes for Forrest.
Gets some baby kicks. He did that well though. It was nice. It wasn't too crazy baby kick. Here comes the double fireball. Okay, he gets a heal off. Very nice. You can rally a lot of, once you're here, you can rally a lot of it back. They really have to bombard you right here.
Oh, and they are. They're giving it to them.
Oh, absolutely. They're trying. They're trying. But that was good. He did a ton of damage there. Just a few more hits here.
So now that both runners are past it, in the 2019 tournament, we had 16 deaths to this boss.
Now that we can talk about it, yeah.
Yes. So, like, a lot of things can go wrong when fighting this boss. It should not be that bad, but, like, once it starts going wrong, it just goes downhill fast.
Gather round for the tales of One Reborn.
We have had, I think, 2 deaths to One Reborn this year, if I'm not mistaken. But
yeah, I guess both were DP, it looks like.
Well, if DP died twice, then I think there's 3. I think it's 2 different people. Don't quote me, though. But it's not like 2019, where we had, like, 16.
Okay, and you did, too? Yeah, having watched every race of this tournament so far, they've all kind of gelled together at this point.
And that's like a real heck of a place to die, because then you have to go back and do your Hargul skip again.
Yep. But we're through it. We're on to heading towards Miko. We're gonna distract this beast. Oh no, Forrest is gonna do a quit out. When you have a cocktail, you can use it on that beast, the silver beast, or you could just run up to the nightmare and quit out to pick up your. You got to kill this thing for the resources here. And you got the door troll. No worries. The troll is not too bad. It's the silver beast that's really annoying when he follows you up to the door.
Let's see what Edgar has in store for us today.
Yeah, nothing too big. He does come into play when people get this spare pellet over here. Indu's going to get the spare pellet. Let's see if Edgar pulls out the cologne. The cologne spray.
It's hard when he sprays you with that spray.
Yeah, it is. It's no joke.
Couple of ticks and you're like with about 15 HP.
Yeah, he does the Miko noodle too. The I forget the name, the proper name of it. I just call it a noodle.
Auger?
Yeah, the auger. There you go. All right. Nice little peach here, if you want to even call it that. A couple seconds, get this elevator. Saves, I don't know, a minute and a half, 2 minutes even, I forget. It's just, it's a lot. I'll call it a lot. It saves a ton of time if you happen to have something go wrong at Miko. Which nothing ever goes wrong at Miko. We'll be fine. I'm not going to say anything. Puppets are the bigger concern in here, and this especially in phase 1. Nice, gets the American RNG. Dealing with the puppet. Okay. It's fine.
Remember what I said about the ads being the real boss?
Yeah, these puppets are one of the hardest hitting enemies you'll run into for sure. Miko's gonna get back into the doorway. That's where you don't want him to go.
Come back. There we go. We're good.
You want him out here, free of puppets, and contained as well.
Because in that second room back there, there's 2 more puppets that come to life. So you don't want him in there.
Yeah, something cool that I didn't mention was the gunshots. I think Indu actually got it, but Miko was just drifting backwards, if I remember correctly. But basically, you have to damage Miko 3 times. Any form of damage, doesn't matter if it's 1 point of damage per, and that's when he aggroes in both phases. So that's where the gunshot strat came in, and it avoids. We used to go in and make him look at us, and then we'd wait for him to walk all the way back out of the room. But with the gunshot strat, he barely even gets to the room. It's just saved a ton of time, and you'll see it again in second phase here. Not with the gun strat, hopefully. The gunshots strat for second phase is if the plunge messes up here. There's 1 hit. You could block him in the door. There's 2 hit. You see he's not aggro yet. 1 more hit, he aggroes. And then it's on. By then, you've already done a ton of damage, and it's just clean up here.
Nicely done.
Very nice, Indu. Miko down. Let's go. Right in time for Forest. Forest is coming into Miko. Miko is like a fun fight. Fun might be the wrong word. We get the Swedish RNG, which is as good as it gets when Miko just heads right into the room.
Fun is definitely the wrong word, by the way.
Yeah, it's interesting. I guess
fun.
It's interesting. I guess it's an interesting, unique sort of fight.
So we have AFK Miko, but a crazy puppet. That was scary. Nicely done, Forest.
Yeah. When the puppets are in that room, you're hoping they're like right on top of Miko, and then you could just hit them both.
Induratize is heading to get the last gem pickup, and then he will be going to Wet Nurse.
Gets the good RNG for the Brain Lady cycles here. He could have insta-marked there. He's choosing to play it safe and run around back. Can't blame him. Sometimes they can block you, they can grab you, and you have to, you get in this loop of quit outs, and so that went really well. We'll see second phase Miko here. Indo's going to head to Wet Nurse. Nice plunge. There's your second hit. Still not aggro. 1 more hit. Now he's aggro. We've already done a ton of damage.
It's nice that he's not aggro after 2 hits, because then you can sit there and regen enough stamina to, get rid of him.
Yeah, Swedish RNG is just after a former runner of the game. It felt like it was just a meme that they would always get that RNG. The good RNG where he runs in, so it's just called Swedish. And then there's even American for when he goes up the stairs, but turns right around. That's like the second best RNG you can get. And again, that's after an American runner that used to sort of get that a lot. So when you hear people say Swedish Miko, it's a good thing. It's Canadian when something bad happens, always, yeah.
Induratize is making his way into the boss fight.
But they are the go-to terms for sure for now. So you hear it a lot in channel when watching speedruns of this game. All right, Wet Nurse, pretty straightforward. You want to stay behind her. She can teleport. She can do Nightmare Phase, a couple things, or she could just be nice. Let's see how Brain Ladies go for Forest real quick. Looks pretty good.
Ultimate Souls boss. Get behind her and swing.
Yeah, Wet Nurse has this thing where she can sometimes just cancel animations and instantly attack you, and it's always fun. It's a nice, another rare exclusive meme, but you don't see it until nice. Oh, didn't get the dodge there.
Oh my god.
Right now, yeah, right now she's gonna have a clone. It's unfortunate. This phase that lasts one full minute, I believe.
Oh my god.
He's trying to get in some hits here.
I know he is, but
yeah, it's dangerous right now. It's just dangerous to once you lose. You can spam her down if she's low, but she has way too much health for that.
Yeah, she has a good chunk of health left. So you can actually iframe this quote attack and you won't get Nightmare Phase. It's just that Induratize did miss it. He is opting intelligently, I might add.
Yeah.
He is opting to run around instead of trying to fight her. It's slow. It is slow, but I don't think it's the wrong call.
No, when she has that much health, there's it's just you gotta take your losses. At that point, I think that was a good play. Well done, Indu. Oh, Red Smoke. No, are you kidding me? The 1 HP Wet Nurse. Nice insta backslash. 1 HP Wet Nurse. He did get the extra pellet. He can recover from this. He got the extra pellet. He'll get another chance before having to do. Here comes another double slash.
I am in pain.
Yeah, that Wet Nurse do be memeing sometimes. She will,
like,
very
the part
easy
about
to overlook.
that hurts most is that he tried to be careful.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how it goes sometimes. She is kind of notorious for those, like, the 1 HP stuff.
Or is just finishing up his nurse.
She has such weird ranges left and right and toward the front, and she can kind of clip you even when you're behind her, and it's easy to, get caught out sometimes. This race is. I mean, anybody. This is close. This is as close as it gets, though. Honestly.
You got this, Indu.
Yeah, absolutely. This is when you come in and you give Wet Nurse the beat down.
Yep, give her the what for.
Yeah, make her pay. Who do you think you are? Maybe she'll make up for it. I'm going to stop talking. Forest doing a little quick dream segment. Some gems.
Opting to level up before going to the Nightmare Frontier. In normal runs, we do not level up here, but, you're not wasting much time and you're getting rid of your echoes, so if something does happen, you're not in a bad position later. If she don't get out of the...
Very nice.
God.
He canceled her. She was about to do it. The nightmare again. It's always nice to cancel it. You don't even have to dodge it. Forest. Very nice in there. Very nice dodge there. She was being wall meme nurse. Very well done. Nice recovery.
Good job, Indu.
Should be fine. We just missed lecture hall skip from Forest. It's another little delicate sort of jump on a pixel and aim properly and pray to the gods of Yarnum that you get it, type of thing. He got that. I didn't catch how many attempts it took, but he got it. That's all that matters.
She didn't give Indu much to work with in the second fight either, so that was very nicely done by him, getting past all of that.
Yeah, she can really make you earn it sometimes. Or sometimes she'll just do nothing, and it's a super easy fight. It's just one of those fights. This is Frontier Skip. What he's doing is when you slide off the edge like that, you're touching. There's a little protruding rock underneath you, and when your character hits that, now the game thinks that was your last position. So you can trick the game into you take less fall damage than you should. Right here. This is a fall that would normally kill you, but because we do the sit down method, there's a couple methods, charge R2 method, a few things, and touch that rock. That's how we get away with that, and we don't need no stinking elevator. And hitting the skip perfectly, lecture hall. It's a nice, satisfying, cool skip, but it can be a little annoying on some days when you're not in the zone.
Forest fighting Amygdala. And we're done.
Yeah.
Easy.
At this point, it's mega damage on her. Especially on the head, and you get the opener, and I mean, her staying still for 3 seconds, it's like GG. Very nice. Indu's coming up to the skip. We'll get a better look at it here. This is, I would say, the majority of runners probably use that method. Some people do the charged R2, which is cool. And then there's an extended R2 sort of setup, and a couple different ways you can accomplish this skip. All right. Double load screens.
Okay, so Forest is going to be doing like this really long running segment. It's got a small skip in it called Cave Skip, but you're essentially picking up some upgrade materials, going to get a third of umbilical cord, the final one at this point. And then you'll be heading to Upper Cathedral Ward. Indu will be heading to fight Amygdala himself.
Yeah, it's still very close, honestly. Especially because the quit outs have kind of can skew the views a little bit here. Still a very close race. Indy went with the newer strat. This is a newer strat where you can actually get damage on your first hit. The older strat, you just got to stagger, and you set her up for damage. And the newer strat, you actually wait that little bit, those 1 or 2 seconds longer for her to be active.
Forest. Good lord.
Forrest went for his elixirs. I know he likes to get those elixirs in there. The cost is dealing with dogs. There you go. But he's fine. He got away with it. I believe that's like a 4 elixir pack. I mean, that's $1 billion in this game. That's expensive. And nice. He's set for the rest of the run now. Yeah, a couple little pats on the head run by. They don't mean no harm. They want some of that blood pellet in his pocket. Force at the ladder boss. His health looks good. No real concern here. And we're going to see Indu run the exact same segment. Indu, we'll see if Indu was going to do cave skip or if he's going to take some of the pickups and avoid it. It's not these mobs generally aren't an issue. The dog can chase you. The beast can chase you. Oh, he went for the impossible jump. It looked like he kind of like bounced off it. Like that was closer than it looked, I think. Yeah, there's an invisible ledge there. Obviously, you can see he jumped on it. You can get it in one smooth jump. It is very precise, though.
Nicely done, Indu.
Yeah, that's cave skip. A little more going on than meets the eye. You have to sort of land on a specific spot in the rock, or else you can get stuck in the rock, forcing you to quit out and do a bunch of resets, and then you can get stuck in the graves and sort of soft locked. You have to mark out, but that went perfect. Yeah, that was cave skip, which really just skips us into the cave.
Forest is at the end of this run. You're coming up the backside of the clinic that you first woke up in at the beginning of the game, picking up an item called the Canehurst Summons. and then going to the other area of the clinic and getting the last third of umbilical cord.
Yeah, and this is nice. Coming here at this point, she's one shot and not even putting up a fight. If you come here earlier, you will have to fight her. Which I'm sure anyone that's played casually has probably done that.
Yeah.
And that is a very difficult fight, especially in that room.
She's meaner than a hippo with a hernia, that's for sure. I think it's after Rom is when she changes to this position. If you come here before Rom,
Yeah.
she's
Rom changes. Yeah, Rom changes.
she's a force to be
like
reckoned
the
with.
entire game. Which is, I always thought was cool. It's just little old Rom. Everyone likes to meme on her. She is the like cornerstone of the entire game. The whole entire game changes. You leave Rom alone.
So Forest is going to be heading to Upper Cathedral Ward. There is a badge to pick up here that allows us to buy pellets, and then there are 2 bosses to kill.
Yep, good old Upper. Indu was just getting the summons and the cord, heading to where Forest is now. This is sort of the safer route. You could just run around. You can quit out to avoid these gun dudes on the ledge. A couple ways you can handle this, but this is never a bad play. Guaranteed. Just free, basically. Walk right around.
Nothing wrong with a little insurance policy every now and again.
Oh yeah, it's not even that long, to be honest. Upper Cathedral is just epic. Yeah, I remember the first time here, just standing here and like looking around for 5 minutes. It was just amazing. In a speed run, it poses a lot of challenges. There's a skip coming up.
Forest has 6 elixirs, and I'm jealous.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. A 4 elixir pickup for what he went through to get it. I mean, he's set. That's comfort right there. That's about as good as it gets. Oh, he's got the AFK bouncer. AFK is the worst attack any enemy can do. It's the last thing you ever want to see is the AFK. But he handled it. Now this is Orphanage key skip. Normally you'd have to run around and kill this brain sucker. He's holding the key that we need. But very cool skip here. You can aggro him through the door. All you gotta do is kill him. As you can already tell, a lot of variables here. This is okay. Yep, he got close enough within range. Very nice. Sometimes he'll just stay far away and spam magic. Sometimes he comes right at you. That's ideal. Obviously, it's the quickest. That's as good as, you take that every day. You can also take damage through the door, which can present a whole new set of issues. And you're picking up the badge here for the pellets. So you can buy pellets, and you have one more brain sucker to deal with, and you are off to Celestial Emissary. Well done. Indu coming up to bouncer dudes. That seems okay. That's fine. They're usually not a huge issue if you kind of bait them to the right side of the bridge. Now you see Forest popping his pellet, which would seem super early. That's intended. That is because the next boss after this boss is right through the window over there, and you need that new pellet. Yeah.
She's literally right there.
Yeah, if you pop this pellet too late, you're going to be standing next to Induratize waiting for it to die, so you can pop a fresh one, and that's very, very slow. Well done. You can see just mega damage here. It's all about just execution. As are most things, but the damage is never going to be an issue at this point in the game.
Ooh.
Oh, clipped. Clipped by the magic. All good. Survived. I believe he had 11 vit. I don't know if he actually hit 12 vit at some point. But, hey, no worries. We take those. Still pretty close race. Yeah. Insanely close race, honestly. And with quit outs and a couple, I haven't kept track of. I know they've had some different quit outs and stuff. This is extremely close. Oh, and you're getting a little grab. Okay. Job done. 2 orphanage key skips down.
Forest just about done with his Ebritus fight. Nice. Good job.
Very nice. Yeah, the Ebby, as a lot of people like to call her, it's a really cool strat. Let's watch the brain sucker action here. Okay, yeah, that's perfect. Did a move, you get around him for free, no worries. Picking up the ritual blood here, that stuff's worth like I believe 30k if you sell it. So that's a little nice echoes in the back pocket in case needed. Not a bad idea to pick those up in a race setting. That would also be how you would buy knives if you were going to cheese a specific boss later in the run, which I'm not sure we're going to see that. I didn't notice. I don't think Forrest picked them up.
No.
Here we go, Jelly Bean boss. We'll talk about Ebby when Indu gets in there. Just 4, yeah. You kind of hit him a couple times. He does a backstep, and then he's just 4 or 5 hits. Pretty consistent. There is a YOLO version of that you can do where you ignore the ads, but they hit so hard it's not really worth in a race, to be honest.
So you saw Forrest go into the DLC, pop that lamp, and now he's going to go back to the beginning area and fight the optional first boss, which is Cleric Beast.
Yeah, now with Ebby here, the strat is really cool. You're seeing the hits on her when her health bar isn't even up. Right now, you're prepping the noodle, as I like to call it. You're prepping her noodle here to be 1 shot away from breaking. The second she spawns in and she is able to, the health bar is able to take damage. That's when you get the break on the arm and you just snowball it. Very nice. Extended finish. Yeah. So the arm is taking damage. It's not going to affect the health bar, but the arm itself is taking that damage. It's adding up.
It's
while
taking
she's sleeping.
Stagger damage.
Yeah, poise damage, whatever you want. Yeah. So then, when she does wake up, 1 hit, boom, she's down, and then snowball. Very cool strat. There's a couple variations of that you'll see too. There's a lot of different ways you can get that done. All similar, but you know. Here we go, Cleric Beast. You're doing my boy like this. 5 hits. Poor Cleric. Hi, Cleric. Bye, Cleric. Yeah. A lot of people, you know, in watching speedruns and stuff will say, you know, you guys don't do Cleric? Does it not count as a boss? And, you know, this is why he's done so late. Because at this point, it's literally 5 hits. Just a little vit dump here. The levels, they both have their levels pretty set for the rest of the run, as far as I know. Anything else they want to dump right now is all bonus vitality. All right, Indy doing the same thing, heading out to Cleric. This is just its own little side segment. It's even been moved at times. I think we used to do it before.
It used to be done either before or after the run through the woods.
Yeah, and now it's used specifically to pay for the weapon level up before DLC, pretty much. for the echoes. But so this is kind of just its own thing. You don't even take a ton of damage here. It's really not much to it.
Forest is running through the first area of the DLC. He's going to be coming up into this room here where he picks up an item that will allow him to go into the research hall after the first DLC boss.
Here he is. Hi, cleric. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1. You got the 1 HP. Maybe Indu's on like 43 strength. Which I believe is how you get the cleric 1 HP meme. Unless you change up your combo a little bit. But that's fine. It's a... Here we go. Everyone's favorite, the DLC of this game is great. A lot of stuff going on. He's got... My man's got 5 elixirs heading in the DLC. Let's go. That is honestly not a bad play in race settings, because from experience I know if you skip out on a lamp and you die here, you're down an elixir at that point. And then there's another spot later in the DLC where if something goes wrong, you're down an elixir. This could save that extra dream trip. This could do a lot of things. You could even use it in some different spots, and yeah, that is just comfort right there. Indu saying he forgot his elixir, so we're going to see... Well, he's got 2. He's got 1 for the Blood River, and he'll have 1 for...
I'll have 1 for the Hamlet, and he can always get another one when he goes back to the Dream, or he can skip the Hamlet one and use it in Hemwick. I mean, he's still got options.
Yeah, just Research Hall. I don't know if he wanted the peach... Not everyone gets it. That's why we call it a peach elixir for research. But it makes research a little more comfy. But it's not impossible. That's fine. Where you really wanted this Blood River is just... Yeah, it's almost a mandatory to get the elixir here. And then Hamlet you can kind of deal with that. So he has 2. He'll be alright.
Forrest opted to get the lamp before the boss, just in case this strat goes a little awry or something were to happen. Not a bad play.
It's such a long run back if something goes wrong here. So absolutely not. For the 15 seconds or 20 seconds maybe it takes, I mean, you're saving close to 2 minutes probably. Minute and a half, minute 40, something like that.
And with the current Ludwig strat, I mean... He ain't gonna get nothing off on you, but should you mess it up, you do have to actually fight him a little bit. There's obviously a backup strat, but
ooh, got the damage too. This should be good.
Be a little scary. Ah, yeah, he's good.
That strat pushes Ludwig right to his final phase. This is 100% consistent, and you could just tank the AOE. That's intentional.
That was definitely textbook.
Yeah. Good job, Forrest. And you get the dialogue boss. You have to spam through before this guy shoots you. Okay, well done. I hate this little stretch. Forrest is going to be activating this elevator. We'll see if he gets early skull. It probably will. A lot of people do get early skull in races. This is an item you need for later, and then you can also you could just take any kind of lamps you want throughout the DLC instead of having to worry about marking out back to this lamp. So not a bad play. The mark out there is to cancel the elevator animation. Normally you would just pull the lever and run and then come back here later, so you wouldn't have to cancel it. That's actually fine because you've already pulled the lever. Your job is done. You have control of your character and everything. That's why it's okay to, quote, cancel this elevator. It's not a door. You're not canceling one of your own actions. You're just canceling, something that's happening in the game. It's a little confusing sometimes, but you can quit out and accomplish the same thing as well, or a mark out.
We'll have
I didn't.
Indu making his way up to Ludwig right now.
Did Indu get the lamp? I didn't catch that.
No.
Did not get the lamp. Let's go. Indu's flooring it right now, right into Ludwig. You see him pop the fire paper here. The fire paper actually isn't for damage. Nice. Just caught it. Just caught him on the toe. When certain enemies and beasts die to fire, the death animation is quicker. And that's what the fire accomplishes here. It's so you're not waiting on this fog gate. The strat does not change without the fire paper, but adding the fire paper, the text pops up quicker and everything, and you're not waiting on that fog gate. So small little optimization. Very cool in that fight. Forest just beat the IV boss, one of 2 or 3 coming up. This is Research Hall. Not much to say. Anyone who's played this game, the Research Hall is a absolute nightmare. Even in the speedrun, the most optimized strats, you still have to dodge some enemies and still really give it the attention it deserves. I have a feeling we may see a new research hall skip. I'm just guessing.
Indu's gonna do it.
Yeah, Indu likes to have fun with and show off skips and stuff. So I have a feeling.
Yeah,
we're gonna see double. Forest is doing it too. Didn't even get the lever.
Nice.
Let's go. This is a new skip recently found. Ooh, oh, that's kind of, yeah. Sometimes you can fall. Generally, you can just get a quit out there and get a few tries at it. Cookie found this. There's actually 2 skips. There's an even harder one that you don't even have to open the door. You just roll right into the arena. Setups have been a little weird. I know Indu's worked on a setup for that. I don't know if we're gonna see that. Fingers crossed, maybe. Indu has done some science on the harder version, so we'll see. They're both really cool though. Really cool. It's just always fun, like, a corner of the game that you never ever go to, and now it's part of the game.
Indu is usually the one you can count on to pull some crazy stuff out.
Indu used to do the old research hall skip where you have to like land on a railing from 2 stories up, and haven't practiced the skip today. Okay. No go. That's fine. Understandable.
That's all right. Forest is doing it.
There's
trying
always
to do it.
Oh. Yeah, I was just gonna say there's always risk involved. It could be quit outs, whatever. Things happen. This is a close race. I don't blame anyone for not doing it. This one can save you, 5 to 7 seconds, something like that, if you kind of get it done first try and not take the lever and all that. 7 seconds. I think that the harder one will save closer to 15 seconds. Setup is really tough on that harder one, but it's just getting the roll. Yeah, it's like you could be a pixel too shy of getting your sprint full. Oh my God.
Ouch.
The delayed, of course.
It's always the delayed hit.
The delayed, yeah, it's impossible to like wait long enough.
Delayed hit.
That's Research Hall. Yeah, it's just kind of Research Hall. And that's not even the only delayed attack they got. There's a couple of them.
We haven't really lost anything at this point. He's just got to run back up there, which is not fun. Forrest getting the skip off, and he will be heading to failures.
Yeah, it's a very cool skip. I like that skip a lot. Nice little parkour skip. Well done, Forrest. And here we go, living failures. Now, the amount of damage you do, you can farm their spawns here, but you can see just how much damage they do, especially when you get your meter going. Right now, you're just farming a spawn. You're hoping the other one isn't going to spawn and spam me down with magic, and this is good. This is as good as it gets, really. Now the other one shows up, hoping you want the other one just to AFK and go away. Sometimes he likes to do the orbs and stuff. Here comes an orb. Yeah, it's up high and to the right. This is great. One more hit. Very nice, Forest.
Nicely done. Forrest grabbing the lamp here before Maria and quitting out before his pellet expires.
She
Indu
does.
saying, "Oh my
She does like
goodness!"
the worst attack possible. That's just, yeah, that's unlucky. Indu got two really annoying attacks. And yeah, and this is where the elixir can. This is why some people do elixir here, is specifically for this enemy. That attack that they just did, it's, you could like put your controller down, go make a sandwich, and come back, and then dodge roll it. You know what I mean? It's the most delayed attack, and it's brutal, and it's unfortunate because you don't see it all the time. Indu got pretty unlucky with the past couple attacks that he got.
It tricks you into rolling early, and then you're out of iframes by the time he swings.
Yeah, like every time. Could you make a BLT sandwich? Yeah, you could. Could even cook the bacon. Here we go, Maria. One of my favorites. We kind of missed the pellet. We can talk about that when Indu does it. But essentially, you keep your pellet from the failure fight, the meter, by doing the quit out. That's why you'll see people quit out here. And when you pop a new pellet, you're already at 3/4
Nice fight for
damage there on the meter. So you can see you kind of just run over her phase transitions, and yeah, and then when it goes as planned, it's pretty quick.
You saw Forrest quitting out after he hit that lamp. That preserves his beast meter, but not the pellet. So when he runs in, he's got a full meter. Well, by the time he gets to Maria, it's probably about half. But he can still take another pellet, and then he starts with all that extra damage, and you're able to beat Maria down much faster.
Yeah, it is a quite a different fight when you're on a fresh meter. If you're running glitchless, or if you have failures, takes too long and your meter dies, you're gonna have to earn it and dodge a couple attacks when you start with a fresh meter.
Now the rats are.
Now the rats are on Indu. Indu's got some,
God!
Really,
Leave him alone, for the love of Christ.
Okay, gets around the hunter. Yeah, just really unlucky. It's a lot of annoying attacks to deal with and rat memes, and we're heading into failures though. And now the lever's pulled, and the run back. He doesn't have to do the full run back. Should something, we'll leave it at that.
I was about to say it's funny because all these elixirs that Forrest has, and he's not using one in the hamlet. He just put it on after the pool of water.
Okay, yeah, taking the orphan lamp, not a bad play at all. This is another massive run back that you don't want to be doing should something go wrong. And I mean, it doesn't take that long to get that lamp. That's where the early skull comes in, because now you're just free to take lamps. You don't have to mark out, back to research hall to pick up the skull again. Indu having a pretty solid failures here. They're being nice. They owed him that one. You can see Indu doing the quit out. This is what Forrest just did is a little slope quit out. It's kind of in all of the games, all of the Souls games. You can quit out when you hit a slope. Right as you hit the ground, you have a little bit of a window of time where you can quit out, and the game will save your positioning.
So Forrest is fighting Orphan.
Yep. Orphan. That's Orphan.
This is why we get the lamp.
This is Orphan. Just you get grazed by his shrimp at the end of the swing, and it's one shot. Brutal.
Indu is fighting Maria.
That kind of gives Indu, if we're going to assume that Forrest was that much ahead or whatever, this kind of gives Indu a little bit of a window.
Nice backstab.
Yep, gets the backstab on Maria.
Good job, Indu.
That's kind of one of those risk reward plays. If you whiff it, it's kind of losing time. If you hit it, now your fight just got
Was
twice as fast.
beautiful.
Yeah, very nice, Indu. The one, if we had a bright side to dying to Orphan, it happened quickly. He didn't fight 90% of Orphan and then have something. So he gets a nice fresh. It wasn't too bad. I don't think. I think Forrest is okay. He's got 3 more pellets. He's fine. Got the lamp. Indu looks like he's going to be going no elixir Hamlet, which is another sort of optional elixir that most runners take. Some runners don't. As your time gets better, that's one of the elixirs that you sort of ditch. You got this, Indu. Here we go, Orphan, round 2. Very nice. So there's just a lot going on in the Orphan fight. Your positioning is manipulating his moves. Obviously, you one hit. What you see here is the butt scratch. When Orphan hits 60% HP, any input, a vial, a pellet use or something, you're going to bait out the jump attack, which is basically a free backstab in this fight. A very nice Forest. Nice recovery. Here's Indu. I missed how he got to one shot, but he is 1 HP, making it through Hamlet. Oh, that fish dog. You've got to be kidding me with the fish dog.
Oh no.
Oh, he must have got poked. I was watching the Orphan.
GG though, Forrest.
Yeah, that is... that is like... Just right... Could touch the lamp.
Well, the good news is he got the lamp.
Yeah,
You're in Fishing Hamlet, so it's not such a long
yeah, it's
run
fine.
back.
Yeah.
We're good.
Oh, okay. He got this intermediate lamp, this middle ground lamp. That is a brilliant play. Yeah, that's not a lamp everyone would think to get.
I'm sure he semi-expected this.
That saved a ton of time. Yeah, actually.
He even said does not usually run through here without an elixir.
He'd be running back from before Maria's arena even, had he not gotten that lamp. So that was brilliant.
Oh, good lord.
Okay, this at least he's got some HP. Yeah, should be fine here. And you can even do a quit out after you get the lamp if the dogs are on you.
Alright, so Indu's got the lamp. Forrest is heading to Lauren. Indu is just not having any luck.
I turned my head. What even hit him? Oh, the magic, I guess. The skulls.
Skulls.
Yeah. You can see how much damage.
Christ.
Late game. Maybe if he was sprinting, it was a counter hit as well. I just missed it. We're going to see Forrest into Lawrence here. Lawrence is another scripted boss now. It's basically like Amelia Strap, except he moves around the arena. You have to kind of, positioning and stamina and all that. But 100% consistent. Really nice strat. Now by Hex, of course. You can see, even when you miss a couple hits, it's really... I really need to just mute my mic during fights. Okay. Avoid the lava. There we go.
Oh my Jesus.
Yeah. We're good. That's Lauren's down.
Indu going to fight Orphan. I'd like to point out, too, that Indu has been getting memed a lot in his run.
Yeah.
A lot. He's doing exceptionally well at the bosses.
Indu's a champ. He's fighting through it. He knows what's going on.
Props to Indu for
this
not breaking something.
We still got some bosses that like to play games. There's still plenty of bosses and time left in this run. Okay, nice dodge there. Very nice.
All right, Indu.
Here comes the butt scratch. Beautiful orphan just jumps right over your head every time. A little spammy
You're going to get a
attack.
first phase orphan.
Yep.
Nicely done. So the funny thing about finishing orphan in first phase is you see that he doesn't die. So when they made this game, they did not give orphan a death animation in first phase because who's going to kill orphan before he goes into second phase? And this is what you get. So if you kill him before his transformation, he just kind of like stands there.
Yeah, I can imagine the meeting. Like, guys, we're really crunched on time. Do we actually need a first phase death animation? I think we'll be fine. They're like, yeah,
Kill
it'll
him
be
in
fine.
first phase. We
No
don't
one's
need that.
as they all chuckle. Move on, forget it. No one's killing this boss. Oh yeah, glad they didn't. Plenty of awesome screenshots have been and memes have been had with that. The orphan T-pose type of. All right, Forest heading to Hemwick. Yeah, I say it every time I commentate, but this is one of my favorite places in the game aesthetically. I think it's awesome. There's a lot of detail and stuff going on in Hemwick, but yeah, at this point in the game, the enemies aren't too bad and the bosses aren't bad at all for us.
This is technically like an early game area.
Yeah.
So at this point for us, it's not too terrible. And then that happens.
Yeah. The game knows when you're racing. They just know. And that's when all of the memes come out. We know how this works. Indu heading into Lawrence. Now, Forrest likes to do a cool ladder warp here for witches. I think he does it in... Forrest was an all achievements runner. He used to run all trophies. Yep, there you go. You're going to see ladder warp right here, and that's how he's going to get out of witches. Pretty cool. Not sure the timings on it. I have to imagine it's a little bit slower, but certainly safer than coming back out, and he doesn't have to, deal with all the... I guess you could take this a little bit wide left. We'll see. Indu on Lawrence here. Scripted strat. As I said. Anyone who ran Lawrence on the old strat, this strat is just, I cannot say enough about it. It's just so great. Even on your worst day, it's almost idiot proof. Here we go on to witches. 5 R1s is really all they need. Cool little quit out after witches too. We'll see. Well, actually, yeah, Forrest does the ladder warp, so we won't see it until Indu. Well, he's gonna do it. Yeah. Well, yeah. Actually, it wouldn't matter. He doesn't have to do the barrel. So same idea as Amelia ladder warp. When he quits out now, the game thinks he's the game thinks he's 10 miles away on a ladder still. So he's gonna spawn in at the top of that ladder. I'm curious to see his pathing to the Canehurst.
The Canehurst.
Yeah, I don't know if he takes it up high and drops for the safety, or if he's gonna go low and mess with the dogs again. I don't see why you would, because it is certainly safer if you're avoiding all dogs here. It's certainly a little bit safer, I'd say. But generally, guys will quit out. Everyone will quit out anyway after witches to reset enemies. I guess you avoid the witches and the ones that can insta hit you and the executioner, and so that is not bad at all. Honestly, really, you're in the carriage before the dogs can even react. And I don't even think it seems that much slower, to be honest. So, yeah, very cool little ladder warp there. Indu just getting every mob in the game, shooting a gun, poking. Luckily, you don't take a ton of damage here in Hemwick.
Tell you what, after this race, Indu needs to uninstall and reinstall Bloodborne.
Yeah, the tactical...
Exercise the demons.
The tactical reinstall. I think I'm due for one of them as well. This is Canehurst, which most people probably don't find Canehurst on their first playthrough. Very cool area to explore. A lot of little nooks and crannies around here. You can actually see, fun fact, you can actually see Bergenworth from Canehurst. Very cool. Not too much going on. You're just running through here. This guy is a little bit of concern. Most people shoot him or run to the side. Forrest going YOLO right at him. That guy is very deceiving. He's a brutal enemy. He can like spam attack his and catch you real quick.
Forrest opting to get the elevator before Logarius, just in case.
Just in case. I'm not going to say nothing. That's another Miko-style elevator where it saves over a minute and it takes 5 seconds. I mean, a great elevator to get.
And while we're both running, BLT, it is storming here pretty bad. So if the electricity or my internet cuts out, that's what happened.
Okay. No worries. Hopefully not too bad. Alright, Indu heading into Witches. Which is pretty straightforward. The only thing that can ever cause issue are these ads. I forget what they're called. The psychos or something.
I don't know. I'm a speedrunner, not a lorist.
Yeah, I think...
I don't know what things are called.
I also confuse them with... There's a different enemy in the dungeons, which I'm not super up on the dungeons, but there's a unique enemy in the dungeons that's really crazy. But, yeah, that's it. That's witches. They can kind of... If they jump you a little bit, they can cause an issue in that witches fight, but...
Mad ones. Fine. That's what they're called.
The mad ones. Okay, yeah. I was close. I wasn't trying to meme with psychos. I think the ones in the dungeons and the ones in the dungeons are actually terrifying. But here we go. You saw Indu do his quit out, the little barrel quit out. Actually kicks you out of the arena. Forrest getting insta skull. Logarius is never free. He's gonna make you earn it sometimes. Sometimes he just does nothing, and then sometimes it's the hardest fight in the game. Up against the wall, we'll see if this is an issue.
Come on, Logarius. Oh, God.
Okay, the extra vit. He had extra vit. That's fine. Normally, that's like a one-shot.
But now he's got to fight.
Yeah. And this is when Logarius...
That's the bad news, is now he's got to fight him. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Good choice. Well done, Forrest. Good choice committing right there. You were invested.
Yeah, imagine.
He gave you his back.
Imagine actually having to fight the bosses. Like, come on now.
Yeah, Logarius is terrifying sometimes. Because if he catches you with one of his combos, you're staggered into the rest of his combos. Like, he can kind of he's like Gehrman, where if he hits you once, that kind of usually leads to hitting you more than once. It's hard to get out of sometimes.
So Forrest heading to the final bosses of the game.
Indy says he has a surprise since he lost. I don't know what we could be in for. Maybe some of the backstab Gehrman. Yeah, it's a great finish to Bloodborne. You get 3 bosses inside of 2 minutes that are crucial to the run, that can make or break the run. You're going for parries, trying to get Gehrman into transform. Here we go. Again with the back in the wall.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Okay. Oh. A big thing in the Gehrman. Yeah, Gehrman kind of acting up, not giving.
You memer! Come on! Jesus. Die already.
Yeah. Forrest, the extra vid, he was safe there, but acting up and getting in the wall and just happens sometimes. The thing with German, though, is his fight directly impacts the Moon Presence fight. You're really trying to get your meter into here, and you can see the pellet. Actually, I think I'm not sure if he popped a fresh pellet or if this is the old one still active.
Yeah, he had to pop a fresh one.
Yeah, he probably did. That's what I was going to say. When you have full meter on Moon Presence, you can really melt her fast. When you don't, it's a completely different fight, as you can see. So, Garmin and Moon Presence go hand in hand. This one she does her AoE, though. This is when you kind of get strategic, pick a part that you want to break, and try to snowball it. Just doing the flailing stuff. Here comes Indu into Logaris as we watch this. Very nice Forest, GG.
Forest.
GG. Nice run. Indu looks like he's got a more traditional Logarius here. You go for double backstab here, and you just do so much damage.
Oh, yeah. Good job, Indu.
Yeah, very nice. Indu has fought through a ton in this run. Great job getting it back on track here, and he's running into not that far behind. All things considered, Indu's running into Garemoon right now, and we'll have to see the IGTs. So yeah, you're looking for a fast Garemoon, and you want to build a meter for the Moon Presence fight. This is really the prep for the Moon Presence fight. Yeah. No, that's not taking Garemoon lightly because no, you do not do that. In a corner again for both runners. Garemoon's just kind of hugging walls and stuff.
He will not leave it.
Yeah. Nice parry there on that combo.
Yeah, that was a good parry.
Again, now we're into transform. You're trying to get backstab. Can he get it? He does get it. Very nice, Indu.
Nice. Good job, Indu.
That was a good fight. You can see Indu has about 3/4 here. You can even build the meter as Garemoon's dying. 3/4 meter is nice.
You can build meter on his dead body, which is pretty metal.
Yeah. Insult to injury. Gets a tail whip opener, which isn't bad. You can pretty much just get free spam here. Break everything. Visceral.
Get it, Indu.
She's going to go into her AoE attack right now, and that's GG.
GG.
GG, Indu.
That was a nice set of final bosses for Indu.
Yeah. Nice recovery. Indu had a lot of ups and downs. It was a roller coaster of emotion.
GG.
Indu. GG for both runners. Bloodborne's hard, guys. Bloodborne's very punishing too. A lot of you're just one mistake away from having to go back to start. So yeah. Shout out to all the runners and racers in Indu and Forest here for fighting through the memes. We have Forest on 1:14:54. Yeah, we're just waiting for Indu to show his time. 1:17:44. Honestly, yeah, not as far as you would think with what Indu went through, but that's how nice you can he recovered and dealt with that. GG. 2 great runs. Props to anyone fighting through the stuff. Bloodborne can be brutal. Yeah, I guess we can get the runners in here if they want to do a little post game. Entry complete and dist they're done. Yeah. Now dist showed up today.
All right. Now it's time.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, Indu.
I've I'm exited in the tourney. I'm no longer able to play. That means I play Bloodborne again.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think in my head of any of the memes that you dealt with. It's hard to even think of one.
Nurse was my fault.
Oh,
The
Nurse,
Elixir
yeah.
thing was my fault. I should have done Elixir. Getting those 2 really long attacks was funny. That made me mad.
Yeah, the delayed attacks and research hall. I was like, no.
Yeah, it was all my fault. There's no luck. I'm just an idiot. But I have a surprise.
We have surprises.
Hey,
Yes,
Forest.
as you can see, if I try to hit start Bloodborne, disc is not inserted. It's because it's in my hand.
Oh no. No.
And I have 1 year until I play this game again.
Having Discord issues, but yay, GG. I had a lot of quit outs.
GG Forest. Great run.
Do
Honestly,
not throw it out the window and do Regal.
Snapped it in
Hush.
half.
we can. That's fine. We'll buy you digital. You're
I'll
not
buy
getting out
myself
of.
digital.
You're not getting out of the
Snap.
tournament.
Bloodborne is now snapped in half.
No 1.0 runs. Yeah, GG Forest. I mean, honestly, you guys were super close, even with all the memes and everything. You guys were super close for a long time.
Yeah, I figured
just
that.
sort of.
I thought he
yeah,
finished way earlier than he did.
Yeah, no, I think even up until Research Hall, yeah, you guys were right there, and then even after that, I think on Orphan, and around Orphan, it was still like kind of with the quit outs and everything.
Did we both die to Orphan?
No, I don't think Indu did.
I died to Research Hall twice.
Yeah, Research Hall was just every meme in the book came out, and Research Hall rats, and I mean, you name it, everything was.
I had to. I just didn't
Indu
get my
got
Elixir.
tore up by the Ivy dude twice.
Yeah, and then
don't Elixir Research Hall because you come dependent on it.
Yeah, I can vouch for that. You guys both dealt with like backs in the wall for Logarius and German though, and with mixed results. But yeah, just great finish all around.
We both have to fight Logarius the second phase. What a mess.
No, I think actually Indu's Logarius went smooth, but for German, you guys both had German in the fence and in the walls, and
I just lost all my time on Murgo and Research Hall.
Yeah, the Murgo one was massive, for time and everything. But
I knew I was gonna die.
Yeah, the 1 HP. I was like, no.
So, as discussed, and Indu already said, he is done for this tournament. Forest will move on to race Lynn in the next round.
Maybe you'll get to snap your Bloodborne. Everyone wants it. They just can't do it.
Yep.
So,
I was just pulling up the bracket. Sorry. Yep. Lynn versus Forest. Indu's retired for 1 year.
for one more year.
Yeah, Forest moves on to fight again.
Our next race is on the 21st, which is Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern. And that will be Eden versus our own BLT. We do currently have on the schedule 4 more races for this week. For this week, because the 2 races on Sunday. So we definitely have a lot more to come.
Yeah, still tons of action. Was that?
We do what Regal said and make that like a requirement. That'd be really funny.
No.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Snap your
Yeah, and then you have to send a snapshot of it into Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
No more BB speed running.
Exactly.
Regal trying to find ways to get people to run Dark Souls 1.
Eradicate.
Yeah, I'm digital too. I'm digital fam. Never had a disc.
All right. I believe that's going to do it for us. We need to...
Yeah, wrap it up. GG Forest, congratulations, you're moving on. GG Indu fighting through all the crap.
Good
and
luck
everything.
against the win.
They were super fun to watch. Thank you everyone for watching.
Right,
thank you Speed Souls. Thank you Peanut, Regal, everyone that does all the work.
Thank you Peanut for hosting. It's been a while since he started. He wanted to do it, but he finally got to do it. It's going great.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you everyone. Thank you Mama, my co-commentator. Thank you chat for hanging out, and we'll see if we're gonna raid someone. I'm not sure how we're.
We are raiding Carl.
We are rating Carl. Let's go. Carl's probably doing some Demon Souls action. Yeah, that's it for us. Thank you, everyone. And I will see you later.
Bye, everybody.
Might